Hello ladies, my name is John Baldwin, and I'm 27 years old, and I just want to make this survey for every single woman out there. And by the end of the video, if you could do me a favor, if you can put down in the comments your age and then your comments so that I know where you're coming from if you try to give me advice or whatever. First off, before I actually go on to this survey, let me tell you a little bit about myself and the reason why I'm making this survey. So a little bit about myself. When I was going through high school, okay, actually from elementary on up, whatchamacallit, going all the way through high school, I was a really shy guy. Okay, I'm a late bloomer in the confidence area. Got it? So, going through high school, I'm a really shy guy. Didn't have a single girlfriend. Never kissed a girl. And I'm not afraid to admit that now, because I'm 27 years old. And then I go to the Navy, and I hardly have any relationships that last over a month. And the longest lasting relationship I ever had was with this one girl who I was friends with for a year, well over a year. Finally had the guts enough to ask her out, and because I asked other girls out before. I even asked a girl out in high school, and I was such a nice guy that didn't work out, right? So I've asked other girls out before, but this girl I could actually see as somebody who I wanted to marry. So I asked this girl out. She said yeah, and my mind was already set on marriage. You know, I love this girl. We were friends. We were like best friends because we were friends for a whole year, right? And we eventually, the very first time, I'm not joking either whenever I say this, the very first time I ever had sex was when I was 24 years old, and we had gotten engaged, and man, as soon as you get engaged, things go fast. And I'm not joking either. Yeah, so I didn't have sex until I was 24 years old. And to be honest, because honestly in this day and age, all that matters nowadays is straight up honesty. If I'm going to be serious and honest with myself, right? You know, I still, that's the only girl who I've ever had sex with. And that's the only girl that I've ever made out with. You know, this is the only girl I've ever kissed. Speaking from my perspective, you know, I didn't get confidence until later on. Now that I'm 27, you know, back in the day when I was going through high school and my peer pressure days and even the early 20s, I was so afraid to talk about this because I was afraid of what people might have thought about me. Like, I'm not normal. You know, the virgin, you know, people made such a big deal about it that I decided to be quiet about the entire issue. And it wasn't until I turned, until afterwards, you know, I became like 27, no, I'm now 27, but like 25, 26 years old is like, I started to care less about what people thought and cared more about, the way my life was going, where I was going to take it and everything like that. Anyways, back to the main track. Yeah, I didn't have sex until I was like 24 years old, and I've only had sex with one girl, and I don't really care, because once you go on without you know, having sexual relations with any human being, then you don't care about it. You don't think about it. All you really care about is your life. And like me right now, all I want to do, my outlook is to get married and have kids and raise my own family within 5 years. And the reason why I chose not to have sex was because it was in my belief system, you know. And then we messed up because lust, man, that sure kicked. But it really devastated the relationship. That's what really caused the whole downfall of the whole like bad seed in the relationship, and things broke up. And so then I moved down to Texas, right? And so now you know, I have my own apartment. I'm in the Texas Army National Guard, and I'm also an electrician. And all I'm thinking about is getting my life straight, financially, logically, emotionally, physically. You know, I'm working out as well. Of course I have to. I'm in the military, for crying out loud. But you know, it's just It's just one of those things where I don't consider myself a part of the whole like in crowd, and people would think whenever they look at me that I've had different relationships, and it's not hard for me to be in a relationship. Like, why aren't you married? You know, they look at me that way because I'm that type of person. I have lots of confidence now. In fact, it's so easy. I find the more beautiful a woman is, the easier it is to talk to them, because they've grown up in a way where they have to fit this ideological beautiful woman image, that they have low self-esteem or low self-confidence, and the more beautiful they are, the more easier it is to talk to them. So I don't even get butterflies in my stomach when talking to women anymore at all. I find it super easy, but I don't engage in relationships because I'm afraid that they'll expect to have sex in the relationship, and that's something I don't want to have. You know, I'm really trying to, since I messed up with my ex, I'm really trying to not have sex until marriage again, because it's sort of like my way of making things up for my wrongs in the past. You see what I'm saying? So my question, this whole survey is, what do you think about guys who don't want to have sex until marriage? Because the majority of women are the same as men, that they expect it, they want it, but by the time you reach my age, I don't know, I might be a little bit more mature than a lot of men my age, but we really don't care, or I don't really care. It doesn't even faze me that, hey, I'm not having sex. You know, it doesn't faze me at this point in my life. All I'm focusing on is my career, where I want to be. I love kids, and I can't wait to have my own. Sometimes I wish I had a kid more than I do a wife, you know. It's just one of those things that makes me who I am, me. But I'm afraid to be myself because I feel like if I were myself around a woman and I told her, hey, I don't want to have sex until marriage, that she'll just drop me off the face of the planet because of that reason alone. So it's really hard for me to find a good girl. You know what I'm talking about? One that I can actually settle down with and raise a family, to hold good values, you know, as waiting for the right person instead of messing up like I did. So, you know, yeah, so I want to know your thoughts. Write down your age and your thoughts on guys, because this isn't a widely accepted belief system. This isn't a widely accepted morals, or I don't know what to call it, where people hold off until marriage. And the people that do hold off until marriage, most of the time they are shunned from society. I know because I speak from experience. It happened to me. That's the reason why I shut up whenever I was going through the. I mean, 24 years old and still a virgin, right? So you know, it's one of those things where it's shunned, but I don't think it should be, because that's their personal decision. If they want to do that, then that's them. But people are unacceptable of those facts, and I don't think that's right in any way. But that's them. You know, they're immature, and it's like the whole mentality of you have to have sex to become a man is just so. I can't have the right words, but it's ignorant. It's ignorant of the fact. The thing that makes you a man is taking responsibility for your own actions. I learned that at age 23. I messed up big time, and I was basically in the military, and I lost rank because of an alcohol incident. And I looked in the mirror and I said, you know what? I'm a man now. I got to take responsibility for myself. I can't act like this. Where's it going to lead? You know? And I haven't gotten drunk since. You know, I took responsibility. And that's being a man. That's being a man. That's using your logic. And that's the reason why I hang out with people with gray hair, people who are older than me, because they can teach me wisdom. And by the way, I want to teach you a little interesting thing. In the Bible, the word wisdom is referred to as a female context. Like, she looked, you know, for wisdom on the earth, but she couldn't find one. I can't remember what verse that was, but you know, just a little hint for women versus men. So if you're a man, and I should have said this in the very beginning of the video, but if you're a guy, you know, please be light on me. I'm 27. This is my decision that I've made personally, and I'm going to try to stick to it to the end of this time, making amend for the wrongs that I've done in the past in my own personal thinking. But if you're a woman, I really want you to express what you think honestly, because I don't know. I seriously don't know what goes through a woman's head whenever a guy presents his belief that, hey, he doesn't want to have sex until marriage. Please be respectful of that. And please don't bring out the inner, to put it bluntly, don't bring out the inner slut around us, you know, because some of us really do. We have, like me, I have a lot of self-control with a lot of things, but women I am very weak with. And so I try, it's hard for me to find a date. It's super easy for me to talk to beautiful women. It's super easy for me to get along, and it's super easy for me to open up, but as far as like having committed relationship, it's really hard because I shy away due to my thinking that a woman will want to have sex with me, and if I deny her, she's not going to even put up with it. And why waste my time with a woman like that? That's what my whole thinking is. So I don't get into relationships. In fact, I've only had one date in the last 3 years since then. But it didn't work out because we didn't have chemistry. So I'm still open. And by the way, if any of you women are in the Austin area, the Austin, Texas area, then and you want to date, hey, hit me up. Send me an email with your number. I love hanging out. I love dating, and we can see if there's any chemistry between us. But for the rest of you women who don't live in the area, please don't even try, because I do not go out of my way to drive any long distances for any woman. I don't do that. I've learned it is best not to chase after the woman. Instead, I'm going to build my nest, and as soon as my nest is finished, then whoever wants in, you know, just come to my door, knock, and then I'll see if we match, right? So, but I would love to know your opinion. Women, if guys want to speak, then go for it, but you don't know jack, because this is a question devoted to women. Seriously, I'm being honest, because I don't know it, and I'm like 100% non-emotional, 100% logical, and I want to understand this, so it makes sense to me of what women think when it comes to guys that don't want to have sex before marriage, and stick to that. Yeah, so if you could please do that, and please do me a favor. If you know any women friends, girlfriends that you think might be able to add good input to this video, please send it their way, because I want to know as much as possible. I'm making a brand new YouTube account just for this. So if you could do me the favor and please pass this video on so that I can get as much of a good response as possible, because not every guy wants to have sex. And there are some guys out there who just want to settle down, you know, and that's me. So, God bless you all, and all you ladies, keep looking beautiful. Alright, you have a wonderful day. Bye.